Welcome to the Bernalillo County Strategic Plan and Department Performance pages. I'm going to walk you through the web pages so you can get an in-depth look at the Strategic Plan book, what the Strategic Plan means to Bernalillo County, and how departments are aligning their performance measures and objectives to support that plan. So what is the Strategic Plan? It's really about what we, as citizens, expect living in Bernalillo County. And as departments, it won't give us all the answers or tell us exactly what to do, but it should help guide our priorities and act as a tool to align our performance measures and our objectives to make sure we're meeting the community's needs. To learn more about the strategic plan, you can click on the strategic plan book on the webpage. This will take you to a PDF document that shows you all the different things Bernalillo County is doing over the next 2 years to enhance the strategic plan goals. Back on the main page, we're going to look at how we got here. The strategic plan was developed back in 2012 and formally adopted by Commission in 2013. In early 2016, the county manager created the Operations Excellence Office to focus on strategic planning and performance management. In early 2017, we rolled out the transparent web pages and dashboards for departments and for the citizens of Bernalillo County. This acts as an interactive strategic plan where all departments' performance measures are available for the public. Since then, we've received accolades from ICMA and GFOA from the work that we've done on performance management, and each year continue to make improvements. You'll see these improvements throughout the web page and with our new dashboards. Before we move on to the strategic plan goals, our process, and the business strategies, we're going to take a look at some of the terminology. So, what are performance measures and objectives? A performance measure is tied to the services that the county does day in and day out and is measurable to what we're striving to improve upon. We measure how we're doing against targets, and the targets are where we want to be, as well as aligning to the strategic plan goal. An objective is similar in that it also aligns to the strategic plan goals and has measurable targets, but slightly different in the fact that we track it as more of a project with a beginning and an end date. They should reflect our highest priority initiatives, the ones that if you had 2 minutes to explain to somebody the direction of your department, this would be the first thing that comes to mind. Measuring what matters is the theme of the entire performance program. Measuring performance measures takes time, so if it doesn't matter, then we shouldn't be tracking it. Performance measures should help you do your job, and they should be focused on your top priorities for your department. We consider 3 questions when measuring performance, and we have a 3-step methodology that departments follow in order to build measures, track them, and report on them to the public. All performance measures and objectives must align to one business strategy. The business strategies answer the question why. So if we ask ourselves why we're measuring something, it should be because we want to be more efficient, more effective, reduce costs, mitigate risks, be more transparent, or be more innovative. We also focus on the targets as the plan and set established timeframes around those. If you scroll back to the top of the page, you can click on one of the tiles to take a look at one of the strategic plan goals. We're going to look at government accountability. This goal is all about building trust with the community through transparent and accountable use of tax dollars. This goal touches on all areas of county operations. Some of the examples are illustrated by key focus areas. The key focus areas are the main themes in the strategic plan goal. Some of these themes are responsible fiscal operations, increased public awareness, responsiveness to processes, expanding our online services, and developing employees. More specifically, what we're doing to enhance government accountability is looking at some of the performance measures and objectives, like developing procedures and instructions for compensation and classification, or holding performance meetings with departments to ensure that we're getting their updates and reviewing their measures with them. Next, we're going to take a look at public safety. As a member of the community, public safety is one of the highest priorities to citizens of Bernalillo County. Here are some of the things that departments are doing in order to enhance this goal. Prepare for emergencies or fires, recruit and develop workforce, advance programming and compliance, and making sure that we're responsive to emergencies and promoting the health of animals. Some of the ways departments are specifically enhancing this goal would be looking at recruitment at MDC, or ensuring that the codes are being met for animal care. Public infrastructure is our next goal. Here it's all about meeting community needs by ensuring that we have good infrastructure of our buildings, roadways, and systems. They're either owned by the county or available for public use. Some of the key focus areas are enhancing our network of infrastructure through IT projects or GIS projects, ensuring sustainable planning with traffic or energy efficiencies, having drivable roadways so that we can get to work, school, or proper medical care, maintaining public spaces, or constructing buildings for the public through our Alvarado Square building or training academies for fire and sheriffs. Some of the ways that we're enhancing public infrastructure would be ensuring that we have streetlights in place for citizens, as well as making sure that we're being efficient by consolidating our functions into a single location at our new Alvarado Square building. Economic vitality is the next goal, and this focuses on making sure that residents can find employment and that businesses can thrive in Bernalillo County. Some of those key focus areas are going to be permitting, looking at strong economic incentives, providing housing opportunities, having a thriving work culture, and enhancing the livability in Bernalillo County. Some of the more specifics that departments are doing would be focusing on getting permits to people faster, as well as having large-scale sculptures in Bernalillo County. Last but not least is community health, which covers a variety of things, such as programs to better the health of the residents, sustainable environments, such as wastewater diversion, providing meals to those in need, ensuring that we have safe communities and housing, and providing learning opportunities to those in the community. Something a little bit more specific that departments are doing to support community health would be monitoring groundwater and partnering with community schools. Lastly, we want to cover how departments are improving performance at Bernalillo County. From here, you can click on the division and then select the department you wish to look at. We're going to look at Procurement and Business Services. From here, it'll take you to their department page where you can look at why we exist, which is their mission statement, what do we do, which is their services, and a few other pieces of information like prior year objectives, which shows you things that were completed, and their brainstorming matrix, meeting notes, or industry research, which is some of the information we collect throughout the year with that department. You can also see their alignment to the strategic plan goals. So procurement and business services focuses on government accountability. You'll also notice that we have a trend on each one of their performance measures, so you can drill in and take a look to get to more specific information. We're going to click on paying invoices within 30 days. When you get to the performance page, you'll see the measure at the top, followed by why is the measure important. This is the department's opportunity to tell the public why we're tracking this measure and why it's important to us. From there, you'll see the data that supports this measure along with the targets to get an idea of how we're doing. From there, you'll see the continued alignment of the strategic plan goal, the business strategy, and the targets for the next few years. If you want to drill into more data or information, we have where does the data come from and how is the measure calculated. If you have any questions about this measure, you can contact the individual responsible for reporting this data. To find out more information about the strategic plan or department performance measures, please contact the Operations Excellence Office.